Hi, I'm Emily Malone. My research topic is how the media can negatively affect adolescent girls and women in our society today. I think this topic is really important because women have been over sexualized in media basically for as long as media has been around. As a young girl growing up in America, I was greatly influenced by the media, and I know the same can be said for many of my peers. For as long as I can remember, women have been sexually objectified in music videos, commercials, movies, what have you. In addition, magazines such as Teen Vogue or 17 are chocked full of articles that encourage girls to focus first and foremost on their physical appearance and how boys perceive them. With advancement in technology today and increased cell phone usage, girls are being exposed to these types of things in media at younger and younger ages. And the younger they are, the more impressionable they are probably going to be. Since this country's conception, there has always been a very strong emphasis placed on the way that women physically appear. And I think that for this reason, these problems that come from over-sexualized media images have been accepted as a normality in our society, and I think this gravely needs to change. My research questions are: in what ways does the media negatively affect adolescent girls as they enter adulthood, and to what extent? So, in researching to find articles for my annotated bibliography, I found a plethora of studies that provided deeper insight into my topic. And the first article I found was titled "The Oversexualization of Young Adolescent Girls: Implications for Middle Grades Educators." This was a really cool study because it was conducted with the intent to produce results that would provide middle school teachers with an insight to what girls are being exposed to in the media and how it is affecting them as students. So this article first talks about the limiting sexual stereotypes that are tied to girls and women, and that there is this underlying message being portrayed through all of these images in the media that in order to be successful as a woman, no matter what you're achieving, you must also be physically attractive, which is absurd. And this article also talks about the promotion of sexual harassment and sexual objectification. In this case, it specifically talks about music videos because there's so much vulgarity in regards to women, and not just the lyrics, but also music videos that are associated with those lyrics. And the results of this study showed that adolescent girls are the most strongly affected demographically by these media images, and that these images can have a very negative effect on a girl's academic achievement, her career aspirations, and her overall psychological well-being. My second article I found useful for my topic was titled "Addressing the Sexualization of Girls Through Comprehensive Programs, Advocacy, and Systemic Change." This study focused on similar issues, but something I took away that really stuck with me was that girls are socialized, starting from a very young age, to believe that their self-worth, their value as a human being, lies in their sex appeal. And that this ideal is portrayed through popularized culture and sexualized media images, much like the study I just talked about. And it produced very similar results. It can also be very limiting to a girl's academic achievement, her career goals, the standards that she sets for herself, and as well as her psychological well-being. The third article I found useful was actually a TED Talk, and it was by Chimamanda Adichie. It was titled "We Should All Be Feminists." And she talks about a number of issues with gender in general, but one thing I really took away from her talk was that we do a great injustice to girls in teaching them to view other women as competition. We don't teach them to view other women as competition for a job or in an academic setting, but rather competition for the attention of men. And she talks about how destructive this can be to a woman's self-esteem, and it can limit her to believe that her value lies in her sex appeal, much like the other studies' results produced. So what we do know is that the sexualization of women in media can produce a very negative effect on young women growing up in regards to their perception of body image, their personal self-esteem, and their perception of other women. What we don't know is why exactly have women been over-sexualized for as long as they have, especially in today's society with such advancements in equality, and also what can be done to educate young girls about the wrongdoing in this over-sexualization of women in media, and the importance in not accepting these effects that the media can have on young girls. And that's the direction I would like to go in for my research paper, in doing further research of studies and gathering information that will allow me to conclude what can be done to educate young girls how to counteract these negative effects that can come with over-sexualized media